Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the Famcast. I'm your host, Hayden Wright. So today I'm going to be going over my 2026 bear layering system. I'm gearing up, getting ready to head up into the mountains for a 4, maybe 5 day backpacking trip here to chase after some spring bears. This is the first year in a couple of years I've been able to get to do this, so I'm super excited. So I've been going through the gear checklist and just want to get a layering video out to you guys. All right, before diving on into this, as always, clear the air. I know I probably get redundant and annoying, but I just want to make sure that it is well known that I'm not paid, not sponsored. All this stuff has been purchased by me, and I have no skin in the game as far as opinions goes or anything like that. So, cool. Let's get that. We've got that out of the way. Let's dive on into this thing. So, as always, traditionally, we're going to start from the feet up. Still running my tried and trusted 2 crispy Wyoming boots. The tread still is in really good shape, still waterproof, still treating me extremely well. This is going to be year 4 running these guys. And so, well, year 5 technically. So 2022, 23, 24, 25, and now 26. So this will be year 5. Starting to wear out on the edges a little bit, starting to bulge out, but I'm going to keep running them until they fall apart. Still great. Still running darn tough socks, so I'm going to be taking 2 different socks with me. Now, the temperatures that I'm looking at are actually, I'm really excited for. Highs are going to be in those low 50s-ish, maybe mids 50s, and lows. I think the lowest I saw was about 25 degrees at night. So that's rather exciting. That's good bear weather. So sun, no clouds. As of right now, shouldn't see rain or anything like that, so that's pretty exciting. But I'm going to be bringing 2 different socks. They're both darn tough. I've got my medium waist sock, which is what I'm going to be wearing going in. I'll also have my heavyweight sock. I just like keeping these 2 in tandem, so in case the temperatures do drop, I can just throw my heavyweight sock on real quick, or even at night when I'm sleeping in my sleeping bag, want to keep the toes warm, throw these bad boys on, good to go. Been running both these socks now for a couple of seasons, and they're still running pretty dang good, not wearing out, don't have holes in them. All right, so the one thing, the new purchase that I bought last year, my Stone Glacier SQ2s, I didn't really get to run them all that hard last year. I just didn't have the same number of creek crossings in the area of my deer hunt that I would typically have. But this bear hunt, to get to where we're gonna be getting it going, where there's going to be a couple creek crossings that I'm going to have to get across. So I'm actually going to have to push these guys this year. I'm looking forward to actually seeing how well these perform in those types of conditions. So far, they've been just fine. All right. Favorite pants, my Stone Glacier de Havilland pants. I just recently did my 2-year review on this guy. I'm going to be wearing these as always. I was able to get a patch on the seat of the pant, put a patch on the outside, and then the clear one on the inside. We'll see how well that holds up. As of right now, seems okay. I've just put that patch on and kind of warm around, not hiking or anything like that, just making sure that the patch actually stays on. So far, they've stayed on, so we'll see how long that lasts. All right, so that's basically bottom layers. The only thing I am missing, I just realized, is my merino wool underwear. Underwear's underwear, guys. I prefer merino wool for the smell mitigation, and they're comfortable. So that's what I'll be wearing. I don't like wearing long johns. My legs get hot, especially if I'm going to be wearing gaiters. So I'm not typically worried about that, especially with the temps that we're going to be in. So I'm not going to be running long johns or anything like that. Okay. So that takes care of the bottom layer. Fast, quick, and simple. My top layer, I've learned, I have been starting to carry less and less. When I first started getting into backpack hunting, I definitely was overpacking. Yeah, this is what I'm going to be running, even with the temperatures that I just said. Right now, this is my favorite base layer. I just ran this last fall. I know in my layering video from last fall, I bought this hoping to replace a couple layers, and so far it's been great. I've worn it in pretty cold temperatures, you know, in the teens to mid 20s. And then I've also worn it in 70, 80 degree weather as well. And it's been great. It's the Merino Wool Chinook hoodie from Stone Glacier. So far it's been phenomenal. Really enjoyed it. And as of right now, it's replaced my Peloton 200. So great, that's coming with. Probably primarily going to be wearing this. Now, I am going to be taking my KUIU Merino Wool 125T. I just like being able to wear a t-shirt if needed, if things kind of get warmer, not having the long sleeves. I did learn with this, I do get a little bit warm on my arms. It's not the end of the world, but this does definitely keep me from getting sunburnt, and that's part of the purpose of what I bought this for. But I do like being able to throw on a t-shirt as well. So I will be taking this, and if anything, temperatures do dip down to the cold and stay cold, then I can there's nothing wrong with being able to throw a t-shirt and then a long sleeve on over top, or vice versa. If I want to throw this over the long sleeve, it's another layer, and this is stupid light anyway, so I'm willing to take the weight hit. Not a big deal. So the next layer from there, this is turned into my go-to on pretty much anything. Temperatures drop at all, a little bit of wind picks up, anything like that, I throw on my Stone Glacier Cirque vest with the hood. Great vest, insulated, breaks the wind pretty dang good. It's wind resistant, water resistant, all that good stuff. So that'd be the next layer that I'm gonna break out and throw on. If the temperatures do drop, I'll wear it in the early mornings, glassing, getting up out of the tent, moving around, all that good stuff. That's gonna be the second layer that I grab. Is that guy, that's coming with. Okay, moving more into jackets. This is kind of where I was thinking on what the weather was gonna be looking like. Recently, we've got a bunch of rain and some snow on the top of the mountains, so I wasn't really sure what the temps were going to be like. So I was kicking back and forth on what jackets to get or to bring. And as of right now, this is kind of where I'm sitting, and this is kind of what I've evolved to in general. So first jacket I'm going to end up getting, this is my Peloton 240. I really like the Peloton 240. It does a great job at breaking the wind. It's durable. It's also warm for how thick it is. So, and I'm pairing it with my Cirque vest as well. It's a great pairing. So I'll be taking that and all three of these garments, 4-ish if I needed to, keep me pretty dang warm. Not too terribly worried about it. So kind of was contemplating back and forth depending on the temps. Was either going to be my Axis jacket, my KUIU Axis jacket, or my Chugach rain jacket. For this, I'm going to be taking my Chugach rain jacket. It's super lightweight. Probably having a review come out on it here soon now that I've actually gotten to wear this more. Had a lot of rain this last fall, and it's done what a rain jacket's supposed to do, keep me dry. So super impressed with that, lightweight. That's going to come with the weather I'm looking at. As of right now, it's supposed to be pretty sunny, but where we're going to be at in Idaho, it could say sunny all day, and then at some point or another, a storm rolls through and you're caught in the middle of it. And good, very important to have good gear. Okay, so the last outer layer, this also goes with me no matter what time of year it is, what I'm doing, where I'm at. And it is my super down puffy jacket from KUIU. That goes with me everywhere. There's feathers everywhere. This thing's starting to fall apart. I don't know how much longer this guy has. I've been running it since 2020, so this will be year 7 of running this guy. So it's held up pretty good. I haven't had any holes in it, but it is something super nice to wear. Comes down into, or gets stuffed into a compact size about that big. Fits in the top lid. I can grab this out real quick if I don't want to dig out other layers while I'm sitting and glassing and doing all that. So that's going to come with. Okay, accessory layers for the hands. A merino wool neck gaiter. I typically always have this with me. I just like to, especially when the wind picks up or if it is chilly in the morning, I like to be able to keep the neck kind of protected, and then also pull it up over my face if I need to, if it's windy. I hate getting my nose beat and my cheeks beat by the wind. So this is a nice thing to have over top of that, protect it. Also, it is nice if you're down low getting water or just a spot where there's a lot of mosquitoes and bugs and biting bugs. It is nice to be able to throw this over the neck, kind of have that separation and protection. So gloves, I'm going to be bringing a few different pair of gloves. So these are my merino wool liner gloves from Stone. I've liked these, and I wore them more than I actually thought I was going to. I was genuinely buying them just as a liner glove, but in the early mornings, I ended up wearing them quite a bit. I wasn't doing things where I really needed the protection of a leather palm or anything like that, but it was also kind of chilly enough to where I've got arthritis in my knuckles now, which is fantastic. I'm getting old. So the chill was just enough to really kind of start to bug that. So it was just nice to throw these on real quick, kind of fight that slight chill in the air, but they're also touchscreen compatible. So when I was on my Onyx on my phone or filming or doing anything like that, I was able to manipulate the phone and do all that cool stuff easier. The other two pairs of gloves that I'm going to be taking, which are generally gloves that I usually always have with me. So here are the attack gloves. These gloves with these liner gloves were pretty dang good, kept the hands pretty warm. If I'm going through rock and thorny bushes or going through deadfall, it's nice to be able to throw these guys on. They've got the nice leather palm, keep the hand protected, not get slivers, get your hands cut up and beat up. They do get pretty warm once the temperatures start to rise. They are designed to release heat, but that leather palm, it just catches a lot of moisture, a lot of sweat. So I tend to sweat these out quite a bit, but I do really like them. If the temperatures do drop in the 30s and it's not wet or anything like that, throwing these on underneath, fantastic. So the weather is looking to be a little bit cold. So these gloves are typically always going to be with me, and these are the Guide X gloves from KUIU. And these with a liner. These things are crusty. Not sure if the camera's really picking up how crusty these things are. But these with a liner glove, fantastic. They cut the wind. They are waterproof. I haven't had my hands get wet. And they have been cold without a liner. But once I started wearing a liner such as this and putting them on, man, these gloves have really shined very well. I don't feel like I lose dexterity with them. So those are the three gloves that generally come with me. I don't have a glassing mitten or anything like that. I haven't been in cold enough weather, in my opinion, to justify a $150 or $160 pair of glassing gloves. At least not yet. And the hunts I've been on haven't been that cold recently either. So, all right, guys. So that is my down and dirty, quick overview of what I got going on for my layering system here for my spring bear hunt coming up. Super excited about it. If you made it this far and you continue to follow the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps the channel out a ton. Helps get the information out to other people. And I really appreciate the ones who are willing to stick around and ask questions and comment on things. So it means a ton to me. I'm just kind of spewing a bunch of nonsense in my opinion at this point. And I thank you for that, for taking the time to listen. All right, you guys. As always, leave you with this. Be smart, be safe, be wise. Happy hunting.